This is Mary at the.meri.atelier, and today is Tuesday, January 18th. Welcome to my desk. Welcome to my desk. I have lots to work on. Lots to work on. Let me get settled and get out here to my live stream. Do. Oh, here it comes. Okay. Hi, Arlene. Good morning, Arlene. Lots and lots to work on. I was watching Rosemary, and she stuffed her doll, and she dressed it. I'm going to stuff mine. I'm going to fix this eye. This eye is bigger than this eye. What was I thinking? So I'm going to paint this eye out and make it a little bit smaller. I might just have to paint out, well, I might have to paint it all out. We'll deal with that. I want to work in my Asian Kaboodle. I have lots of ephemera now to put in there. That's coming up. You don't want to see my desk next to me. Whoa, so much, so much. I have to put it on the floor. And my Ochre doll, my Ochre journal. I watched some of Rosemary, and I noticed she was doing some Mexican tiles, and I might go out and do some Mexican tiles. I don't know if I'll get it done today. And I'm down to my own journal, which needs to be worked in. Hi, Nashwa. Good morning. Hi, Rhonda. Good morning, Rhonda. Good morning, you early birds. And I wanted to show you, I finished my fourth. I don't have the ends tied. My fourth crochet sample from Becky's doing a crochet along of different crochet stitches. And she started out, and you can really see where I'm learning, like here was where I started down here, and you can see how uneven it is, and all of a sudden I understood. So even though these are samples, they're me learning this stitch too. And this was the linen stitch. This was the Elizabethan stitch, which I feel like I really grasped a hold of really fast. And the almond stitch, which is a give or take thing. I'll probably leave it from now on. And then the last stitch was on her episode 4. She did the Primrose Stitch. And I was thinking how when I initially started this, I was going to make these all about the same size. But as you can see, it gets thick pretty fast. So I'm thinking now of doing 4 to a page. And making a little journal type, and then I'm thinking what I'll do, and I think I'll put the name of the stitch either below or above, maybe above each one. So my journal will be fairly long, or I might put them together and put a swatch, a fabric swatch across them. That might be what I'll do, because then the page will be more compact. And that way, I don't know how many stitches she's planning, but that way, even if we get 4 stacked, I'll have 16 examples, and still I could probably go thicker than that. Just say that this is times 4 pages. I could probably do, well, let's just double it this way. That would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 times 4 would be 32. and it would be this thick. But I do find, like, okay, in my head, I'm going, now, how did they do this stitch? So I am going to write down separately the instructions of how to do this stitch. So I won't have, I'll have it at my fingertips if I want it. Or I could just leave it on a ring, maybe. I don't know. I really haven't decided what it, on a ring would be this kind of the same issue as stacking it up. Or I could just stack it and put it in a box and put a, you know, put a little sample on each one and just box them up. That's a possibility too. Who says I have to bind them together? So I'll decide as I work along. But I just wanted to show this last stitch was a Primrose Stitch. It is a very pretty stitch. I felt like right in here, I kind of got a little loose right in here. And then I went tighter again. Let's see, I think this was probably my beginning row down here because that's where I have the longest thread. Or that might be, this might be the beginning row here. And then I worked in, and I ended it with a single crochet. So yeah, I'm keeping up with Becky. I do like the idea of just putting a tag on them and maybe just backing the instructions on an index card and just putting them in a box like that. And then if I want to look at a sample, I can just thumb through them. I kind of like that idea. So we'll see as I go. So let me put these behind me. I wanted to show you I'm working on them. And we are using crochet yarn that's either thrifted or from your stash. Who's come in? Ann Lar. Good morning, Ann. Hi, Vanessa. You're up early. Well, Vanessa's an hour later than me, so is Ann. Let's go back up to the top. Arlene is here, Nashua, Rhonda, Christy Meta Studio, good morning, good morning. Rhonda, Mitzi, hi Mitzi, good morning Mitzi. Nashua, Vanessa, Christy, Rhonda, Arlene. And I'm just making sure I didn't miss anybody. Ann, good morning, Ann. Christy says, Arlene, have you seen the weather forecast? Uh-oh, more on the way. It looks like we had a lot of damage to the outdoor studio. So we have one more day to clean up before more snow. Oh, you guys. We've been having the 40 and 50 degree weather here. It is so weird for January because we're usually sub-zero. My goodness. Snow, snow, snow. More on the way. Arlene said they have lower than usual temperatures. You're getting all our bad weather. Christy says, absolutely, Rhonda, and you're welcome here in North Carolina as well. I just have to get my studio back up so we have room to play outside and some paint in the snow. Woo! Hi, Kimberly. Good morning, Kimberly. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Well, I was gone yesterday, and by the time I got home, I was zapped out tired. My brother had an eye appointment, and I went with him. So I didn't get much art done. I didn't get much of anything done till later in the evening. I kind of fell asleep, and then I woke up and I watched Vanessa last night. And I missed Becky. Becky did a stream in the evening, I think, for me, in the evening. She talked about, well, she talked about several things, but she also talked about doing and you'll have to go watch her video from last night. toward the middle of it, she started talking about playing a stash game where, if you guys remember, a couple years ago, Dee Dee had this notebook of Society of Idea Collectors that was an old, mine's up there on the bookcase. I didn't get it out, but it was an old photo album that still had the page slots in it, and she would put things in there to do art with. Well, Becky obviously made one of those, and she has hers stuffed full, and she was talking about playing a game where we'd choose a page, and then whatever was in that slot, we would use it to create art. And I told Becky in the comments, I rewatched her live, I said, whatever you choose, I might have to go get the corresponding box. Because I have to say, my boxes are probably more well-packed than that journal is. So we'll see. I think she's thinking about playing that Wednesday. We'll let her take it from here. But I found that very interesting. I thought that might be a fun thing to do. So, And then on the way home, on the way there too, Nan, I was observing the colors in our Nebraska countryside. And this time of the year, all the crops have been picked and everything. And so the ground where they haven't plowed it yet is kind of like fields of yellow ochre. And then the farmers, some of them will, the more, I guess I want to say the more progressive ones, or maybe the ones who don't want to go buy cow feed, they'll take all that corn stubble and they'll roll it into these big rolls. And you'll see all these big rolls out in the field that are, they're great big round rolls. And there's just, see, it's really kind of interesting graphically to see an entire field of them. And then I was observing the sky and the trees, and then we crossed the Platte River to go into Grand Island, and I was looking. The river is not, well, my brother says that it should have 4 inches of ice, but I don't think. I look there and I see water because we've had warm water. He's saying going ice fishing, and I'm saying you don't want to go ice fishing yet. You know, not as warm as it's been. He worries me sometimes, but he knows. He's an old fisherman. He knows probably better than me. But I was observing all these colors, and I was trying to get that image in my head, and I was thinking how fun it would be to do a watercolor. And you know, the other day I reached over here and I knocked these watercolors over, and I have them right here. Now these are some that, Lala Gamma, I think, sent these to me, and I haven't used them yet. But, like, well, this is not a yellow ochre, but you would probably maybe mix something like this with a tan. And let's see what I can find out of here. Of course, the light in here is not good. I have to tell you this. Sometimes my reds look like pinks. I don't want a red. I want a dark green. Here's a dark green. And I want a lighter blue. And let's see, I threw the white over here, didn't I? A white. These are about the colors. Maybe a lighter blue. Do I have a lighter blue than that? A lighter blue. With a darker green. That's a brownish No, that's black. I might want a little black for accent. This is a... Can't read the name. Doesn't have the name on this one. Oh, it's on the other side. This is a hooker's green, and this is sap green. I think I want the hooker's green. But I might want a little bit of light green just to lighten it up. So those are about the colors of the rural scene. And you know, I'm going to do a really light sketch, and I'm going to do it on copy paper. I'm not trying to be a watercolor artist or anything. But let me grab a couple paintbrushes. I did get clean water this morning, and I washed out my brushes. I want a brushy brush. I'm hard on the brushes here. Here, one like this, one like this, and maybe a smaller one. This one hasn't been used yet. And what's this pencil? This is I might use this to draw with, although a blue one would be better. But we'll go with these for right now. And I just want to do a quickie, and I don't really have a palette out. I'm just going to grab a piece of wax paper here and use this my palette, and I'm just going to put a little bit, and let's see, which way do I want to turn it? And it'll get wet like this. It'll get crinkly. I think I'll do this side. What's underneath of there? It's just the, oh, that's the, actually it might be better to do it this way. All right, we'll do it that way. Then I'll have some padding on it. And I just kind of thought it would be fun to capture that, what I saw in my head. Now let's move this up a little. Okay, let's stop and look. Kimberly's here, Rhonda's here. Oh, Arlene says she has some of Rhonda's watercolor art on her wall. Ooh. So Rhonda, do you do a lot of watercoloring? Kimberly says, I heard Gail say hi and hugs to her last week. She had left a kind comment for her, Lala. Rhonda says she loves watercolors. Brenda, good morning, Brenda. I haven't seen Lala in a while either. Every now and then she'll send me a message, and it usually has a video attached. I think the last one I saw was around Christmas, a message. I know they were going to move. I don't know if she's moved yet or not. So I don't know where she is in that state of affairs. And I'm not going to bother with, well, should I bother? Maybe I should tear this in half. Just bear with me while I get settled here. She says, this is just my journal that I'm playing in. Let's put it like that. And I'm just going to do this on copy paper. And here are my brushes. And of course, now this is going to absorb. This is not like doing it on a piece of watercolor paper. I could do it on watercolor paper and then tip it in between the maybe, let's see. Mary's still deciding here. No, I think I'm just going to continue with what I'm doing. Because this is not meant, think of this as just being a memory sketch, not a painting. It's more of a memory sketch. And I think I want to start with the yellow ochre fields and maybe with a little white. Now, I haven't had these out. I don't know what they're going to be like. I don't think you need a whole lot of watercolor for, and keep in mind too that my desk tips that way, so I can't get a lot of water on there. Let me put some water in. Hold on. I got my bucket here looks filthy, dirty, but it's just painty. It's actually clean water. I got it today. In fact, I think I'll pour some clean in here before I get it dirty again. I try to keep one container of halfway clean and then one, because it all gets dirty eventually. And I have to be careful. I usually dump my water painty stuff out the back door, but I have to be careful. I have to shoosh it away from the sidewalk or we can. Now I think I want a bigger brush. This one works, but it's not going to be wide enough to do what I want. So let me look over in this container here. See what I have. Maybe a poofier one like that. This one might be nice too. This one hasn't been used. These others, I'm just so hard on my brushes, but they serve me well. I don't want to drop that on the floor. No. No, what do I have there? A cigarette box from prompt cards? Or is that a new cigarette? So I gotta make sure those are prompt cards. I got a box of prompt cards there. I haven't painted the box yet. The things you discovered by putting away your tools. Which ones are these? These look like Christmas ones. Bling. Buttons. Paint with card. But it looks like a glittery. But obviously I haven't decorated the box yet. We'll put them up here. All right. So, as I said, I think I want to start with the yellow ochre and maybe a teeny bit of the, not this, let's see, I got to make sure that's black. I don't want the black. Did I? Green. So these are the greens. Yellow ochre. What did I do with the, here's the white. Did I put the brown back? Hold on. Mary's looking to see what she did with the box. How can I lose it without even moving? I probably put it behind me and I'm not seeing it. Here's where I put the Kaboodle. The Kaboodle, the box. Here it is. I must have... Oh, wait. This says that it's black. I got the black out, but I thought I got the brown out too. Did I just put it right back in there again? I think that's violet. Green. Burnt umber. And I'm just going to use a smidgen of the watercolor. I just kind of want to get a quickie sketch that's in my head here. So am I going to do wet on wet, or am I going to put the paint? I think I'll do a little swish of wet. Let's get some brown and yellow ochre out. And I've never opened these. I have a hunch I'm going to need the pliers to help me. I don't know what shape these are in. And let's just put a pinch out. That didn't work. And I should be squeezing these out into pans. I just haven't got it done. Now I want some yellow ochre. This is, yeah, it's yellow ochre. It says yellow ochre. And let's put these up here. And let's just squeeze some of that out. Oh, this doesn't even look like it's been opened. The burnt umber had been opened, or the brown, whatever. Ooh, that came out. Yeah, I do happen to have a towel that I was using yesterday, but let's throw that away and get a clean one. Alrighty. Put the cap back on that. And then I think I want a little white. You know, watercolor is not cheap these days. You can get it at places like Dick Blick, probably a little cheaper than some of the other stores. And if you're just experimenting, go for it. Now I'm using white to tone it down, or yeah, tone it down, push it back a little. I don't use white generally as a color. Sometimes I do if I'm painting, like this page is cream. If I wanted a white building, I would use white. I have nothing against white watercolor. Some people refuse to use white. I'm going to put a sliver of this darker green, I think. Viridian, burnt umber. I think I want this. I'm kind of trying to picture this in my head. I'm just putting out the watercolor right now. Oh, this hasn't been used either. So some of these are brand new. That's probably more than I'll ever need for this. If I have extra, I might just swish it over on the other page just to use it up. And I think that's all I want for now. And I'm going to take that bigger brush and I'm going to dip it in my water here. I'm going to start with the yellow ochre. Oh, I was going to wet my page first, but I didn't. And I just kind of want to get a... And this is copy paper. Keep that in mind. Keep it in mind. It's copy paper. And I'm kind of more sketching than trying to do... I should get wet on here. Now, this is copy paper, so it's going to crinkle, and it will probably puddle my colors, but I don't care. Think of this as a sketch, and it's more of a memory sketch than trying to do All right, now let me wash my brush out. What did I do with my towel? Put it up there. Let's do, I also want to dip that in my, and so this, even though I'm wetting my page, it's going to absorb into the page some. And let's grab some, I didn't get out the blue, did I? Oh dear. Well, here we go. We'll get the blue out. Put some blue in there. And yeah, it's going to crinkle. I'm expecting that. And I don't really mind. Like I said, it's a fast, sketchy sketch. And let's work some white in that. And so in Nebraska, our fields are flat. Oops, that's a lot of paint. Our fields are very, very flat. And you can see for miles and miles. That's a lot of paint. That's a lot of water. It's crinkling. That's okay with me. I don't mind. Now, let's go back with the blue. And that's probably more than I want. I'm going to swish it over on here. Watch Mary dip this brush in her tea. And I'm going to put some of this white in here. And I'll probably have to get out more white. Now, even though I have yellow ochre field, I don't mind getting a little bit of brown, streaky, or maybe even some green in there just to... All right, I'm pretty happy with that as a background. It's wrinkled there, and yeah, I'm surprised it isn't tearing on me. We're just gonna leave that the way. Maybe I'll put a tree there. All right. Shall I try to dry that? And let's try and dry. I'm not a watercolor artist. I'm just playing. Let's dry it a little so that I can put my details. This is just the background. Think of me looking out the window on the writer's side and seeing this field as we go by. And right now it's just a cornfield that's been picked. And I'm going to try to put in those bales. And I want some trees, and the trees are really a dark green and black. And we're going so fast that they're almost a blur to me. And I didn't get the river. I didn't get the river in here. I'll have to do that another time. This is very wet. Think of this as a memory sketch, not as being a true watercolor painting. This is just me putting down what I saw yesterday, what's left in my head. Still a little damp here. And it's very rural. That feels better. Feels wet, but it's not sopping wet. And I don't mind the wrinkles. In fact, they remind me of trees. This one especially reminds me that it could be a tree and a tree. These could be fence posts. That's a big tree. They really need to be smaller trees, but I guess the wrinkles telling me there's going to be big ones. I don't know if I like it that big though, she says. I might just leave it as a wrinkle. All right, now I want a different, oh. Put that over, scrap over there. I want a different size brush, and I'm just going to kind of sketch in, maybe with this brush, and no, that one's a little bit too much. I think this brush. I want to sketch in kind of those hay bales, and they're just round hay bales, something like that. And there's just a whole field. Now this would be one closer up. They're just big old round things. And maybe some white in there. Well, white and black. This is where you probably should have I don't know. I would want to go to acrylic sometimes. I don't know if this is right where I'm going. Now let's get a little, where's that black? Don't need a whole lot. It's not oozing out for me. There we go. Who came in? Brenda D, Rhonda, Arlene, Kimberly. Wait, let me hit the blue button to go down. I'm up above probably, you guys. Doop. Oh, Jacqueline. Hi, Jacqueline. Mr. Art has some great prices, especially if you join their VIP pricing. It's $25 a year and well worth it. Mr. Art. Do they still sell a variety of supplies, Arlene asked. Rhonda said, Arlene, yes. If you see anything, let me know. Oh, cool. Hi, Angie. There's Angie. And let's see. Good morning, Jacqueline. If my memory is correct, it's Christy that introduced me to Simon Says Stamp. And prangs are pretty good. Nice. Like I was saying earlier, you can get a set of 36, very pigmented, for $20. These are De La Rowney's. These were just gifted to me by Lala Gamma, I believe. And then the thing I do like about watercolor is that if I want to, I can, when I make a line and I don't want it to be as bold as it is, I can work it out. Now I kind of want that yellow to show, that highlight to show, but I don't know if I want the highlight exactly the same color as the background. So I'm going to put some white and hope that that just kind of catches the light right there. And then there's just a bunch of, think of this field as it goes back. I mean, it goes way back into the background there. And of course they get smaller as you go back. And then there's more of them. And I'm just going to maybe just suggest them right about now. And kind of suggesting some. That one might even be too big. But see, this is just getting down on paper. And I'm looking at it so as the field is going, the veils are going at a diagonal. One thing I do like about watercolor is you can reconstitute it pretty quick. Let's see, let's do another one right in there. Kind of do the, maybe kind of like a line drawing sort of thing. And put some and you almost have to live in a rural area or drive by a rural area to understand these. I mean, but there's a big old field of them. I mean, and they get smaller off in the distance. I'll just put some, and that probably should get a little darker in the distance too. And put some darker. And we'll do an, let's see. I'm just trying to just kind of get my impression down on paper without really looking. I'm painting from memory, kind of. Let's see, this one would fall behind. Maybe go, you know, the tractor has to go. And then, yeah, I got him curving. He'll curve. And, you know, they get smaller. And let's do one more kind of off over in here. We'll do a row of 3 here, but think of it not just being 3 rows, maybe a little bit of 4 over here. Think of it being 25, 30, 40 rows of them. And I should probably go to a larger brush now that I got it. Put in some swishes. And I should keep my... I would love to do more urban sketching, and I probably should be... Look at my... This is the thing about working on a desk. This is worse than being outside. And get everything in that. All right, I do want to come in here and put in some trees in the background. Where was that little brush I was using? It's peeking under here. And let's go for the green here and mix it with a little of the black, more green. And the trees are just, some of them are like old country pine trees. Some of them are bare. This is kind of like a country pine tree type thing. Now that's probably too big because the trees get smaller as it goes off into the distance too. Well, this one's fairly in the foreground. But as you go off here in the distance, they kind of just become little visuals. And then in Nebraska, we have this big, wide open sky that probably goes way up into here. And the field is just really a little tiny thing. And then I'm going to take a little bit of brown, maybe some, yeah, I'm mixing my colors. And I'm going to put a line here, right in there. Kind of a horizon line. And let's just kind of smish this out a little. And what I want is way off in the distance here, you see two elevators. And of course, I'd probably do better drawing them in there. But I'm going to put some white rectangles if I can. Two elevators that represent a town in the background. And I'll probably have to outline them because they aren't going to show up that much. And then of course there are trees and whatnot around in here. So, as I said, this is probably more of a sketchy sketch than it would look totally different if I was painting it in actual looking. But this is just kind of one of my memories of looking out the window as we drive, as my brother drives. And of course, you know, he's going fairly fast. At least 65. 65 is the limit on the country highways. You get up around Grand Island and it goes up to 70 and people drive 80, 90. Now, I'm going to put a little bit of a shadow. And of course, it more of a shadow up front. And this is very, very sketchy. Very, very, very sketchy. And now, there's nothing saying that you can't. A lot of watercolor artists will use line drawings, especially in plein air sketching. And there's nothing saying that you can't mix a line drawing with your art. And that's what I'm going to do now, because you can't see. I know where my elevators are, and I know where my town is. I'm going to dry this a little bit more. And I'm going to come in with some lines. My white kind of fades in. But my paper was not white anyway. My paper was a cream color. If I was working on watercolor paper, I might, although I put a yellow background on it. And I guess I could use some acrylic paint and call it a mixed media piece to get the effect that I really want. That white's fading in more than what I want. But oh well. At least it's a thought that counts. Let's see. I want a pen. So the elevators are up in here, and they're just kind of like two kind of, I call them prairie skyscrapers. Prairie skyscrapers is what I call the elevators in the rural areas. And let's just do a little pen work on here. There's nothing saying that you can't do pen work on your pages if you want. I know a lot of the artists do. And especially if you're sketching and doing urban sketching. And of course, up in here, there might be a farm. Up in here, you might see a building, a structure up in here. Maybe a silo. And some more trees. Over here, you might see more. You might even see, in the rural area, we have a water tower type thing. You know, it's so funny because I went to the library one day, and man, I was driving home. Oh, it must have been about 3:34, and the sun, I was going north, and the afternoon sun was hitting our water tower, but I was still getting acclimated to the rural area, and I'm going, what is that? Is that an airplane? And I'm going to put some more trees around here. We're going to kind of hide it. And it took me the longest time to figure out, oh, it's just the water tower. I thought maybe it was an airplane I knew there was an airport. The airport, if this is our small town, there's really, the highway comes here. I haven't done the highway. I'll put in some fence posts. Here. Maybe some foliage. But as we're driving along and you look out on the highway, we come in, this is the north area, and the sun comes this way. And I was coming from the south. I was coming from the library, coming this way. And all I could see was the sun hitting the silver. The water tower is kind of a silver. And I don't know if you guys are seeing that. In my tablet, it's real small. Now, I'm going to do a little mixed media here because it's my art journal and I can. I want more white on here than I'm getting, so I'm going to... My white is blending into my hay bales. I'm going to squeeze some white out here. Acrylic, I don't think will blend in as much. Let me put this back on. Oh, and I haven't even got to the memory of the river, looking out at the river while we pass by at 70 miles an hour, 65 miles an hour. And you have to say, okay, I'm going to look fast. I'm looking for my larger brush. Was it that one? No? Did I put it back in the, no? I don't know what I did with my brush I was using. Did I cover it up? Oh, did it fall? Everything falls for me. That was the, well, did I put it over here? I don't know what happened to the brush I was using. I don't think it was that one. I washed it out. That's the big one. That one I wasn't using because it's still got the, I was using a softer brush like this. I don't know what happened to it. Oh well, this is what I'm going to use. I want to put some whites. I want the light hitting these, and I don't want them to fade into the, and see the white of the elevators even faded in. I want the white to show a little bit more. And you don't have to sit and, or my head says you don't have to sit and draw every little detail. Just getting kind of an impression. And when you do urban sketching doesn't have to be any more than getting a fast sketch down. Now I'd like a little touch of I don't know if that's gonna be what I want, but we're gonna put it there. And let's make this barn over here white. Just a little. And where there's a barn, there has to be a house. We'll make this a big 2-story house. And this one a little lower house. There's a silo up in there and some trees. And let's put in a fence post here. Maybe another one in there. Just a quick sketchy sketch. Maybe another one right in here. And let's go to the green. And let's get that other brush out. So I see this as being more of a sketch than an actual watercolor painting. I'm not even going to attempt to do a watercolor painting on copy paper. Now, one thing I notice here, you look at this hay bale, and I got this one pretty well defined where it kind of looks like it's 3-dimensional. This one, you see the circle on this one, but you also see the ground behind it. And this one, you know, so I might come in more with this yellow and just make a row out of it. And put some, maybe a little white too to break it up a little there, maybe. So I kind of use my acrylic white to make these hay bales stand out a little bit more. Might be a little bit too white in there. And I just keep working with it until I'm reasonably happy with stuff. Where's that bigger brush? Let's go back in with the big brush. Oops, that's a big old glob of paint. And I'm just working, my palette, I'm working off a wax paper. A watercolor artist would have a better palette. But you know, when you're out urban sketching, you don't have all that stuff unless you drag it with you. Yeah. Let's put some blues in there. Maybe some of these. Yeah. Block that a little. I'm kind of happy with it. I'm not going to attempt to put in a fence line. You're going so fast you don't see the wire. And let's get some yellow down in here. Let's get some yellow down in there, yellow ochre. And I even see a little bit, you know, we're going pretty fast, so I can't sit and study it. But every now and then I see a tinge of red, like a fall leaf type thing, left over from fall. Now let's do this a little too. And I was noticing our sky, and I don't think I can represent it here, but as we were coming home, it was a very pretty light lavender. It was really pretty. Now, if I was doing a 3-hour painting, this probably would look much different, but I'm pretty happy with it. I'm pretty happy with my memory of what I saw. Now, over here, I've got all this paint left on my, and I'm just going to, yeah. Of course, I got the black. Let's get that off of there. Just wash my brush out good. My water's dirty. Let's throw this water away. And wipe this out a little. And get some cleaner water. I was going to work on my doll today. I got started doing this because it was in my head. It was in my head. I had to get it out of my head. Got a little storm cloud up there. Maybe I'll put a little of this acrylic on there. See how big the sky is in Nebraska? Let's put some clouds up in here. And my page is curling on me. I don't mind. It's just playing. It's just play. All right, let's give that all a dry, and I think I'll call it quits. Let's start putting this stuff away. Where's that brother brush? I had another brush. I don't know what I did with it. It was in my hand a minute ago. I had that little one. It's not this one because I still have the plastic on that one. Pencil. That one. Was it this one? I think it was this one. I think it was. All right, let me put these back. I didn't use that one. And I'm just going to throw this away. Yeah, I don't want to fool with it while I'm online. If I wasn't online, I might do something with it, but sometimes it's easier just to dispose of it. This big brush is going to go back over. I might keep that out. Let's put my paints away. Let's throw this in my dirty water. And what did I do with my towel? Honestly. Wipe this out, and I usually just put it over the clean water one. Hands, I don't need these scissors, scrap paper honestly. I get so much stuff on my desk, it frustrates me. Ink pen. Now let's put these back in. I'm gonna maybe get a little tin box to put these in. And you can leave them, if you're working on like a tin, Becky sent me one, but I got different watercolors in the one Becky sent me. But if you have a tin box, you can put your paint on the lid and you don't have to throw it away. You can reconstitute it. But I'm thinking a larger tin box. I got them around here. All right. So what I want to do here, of course, is sign it. And I think I'll just sign it January 18th, 2022. I'll put my name over here. And I'm going to document up here. Memory sketch of winter rural farm fields. I guess I can call these hay bales, round hay bales, dot a field of yellow ochre. I just call it yellow ochre. I just go, we have fields and fields in the winter time of yellow ochre. I mean, just think, this is probably like maybe a half-mile field, but just think of 12, 20, 30, 40 miles, and they're not all yellow ochre. I mean, they'll be, like this was a cornfield, there may be a soybean field or some other field, but in the country, you see fields and you see all these trees. I just don't have it down. I just have this little memory sketch. Fields of yellow ochre. Small, Nebraska. Nebraska. Town in background. With two towering grain bins or elevators / elevators. I call them the skyscrapers of the prairie. There. And then I'll sign it here. Meridel Abrams, January 18, 2022. Did I put 22 here? Yeah, I did. So there's my memory sketch. And that's all it is. It's just a memory sketch. It's not trying to be a big, beautiful painting. It's just what I saw as we zoomed by. All right, enough of that. Let me come out and chat. I get in the zone when I do this. I get in the zone because I'm working on my art. All right. I'm going to work in my Kaboodle next. I'm going to work in this one next. Let me come out and chat. Oh, let me go down to the bottom. Alicia, good morning, Alicia. Anne is here. She says, good morning, Alicia. Love the zone. Thank you, Alicia. She says, I love the zone. Oh, there's Carol. Good morning, Carol. The magical touch. How fun we've been having with your neurographical art and stitching on envelopes. How fun that is. I was thinking my envelope here in my journal is missing something. Let me get it out. Let me show you what I'm thinking. It needs something. I guess I'm not done with this journal yet. This is the one I did, what, Sunday night? Let's turn it right side up. And I just did running stitches. But you know what I need here and here? Let me show you. It will be real easy to add it. It needs some, let me find it here. Oh, I put my scissors away. It needs some lace. And I'm not going to stitch it on now. If I have this taped, I have it taped down to my journal. If I had it out and working on it, I would sew it on. But I was thinking this really needs some lace, and it also needs some lines around the names. And there's nothing saying that we can't do this. This is the envelope that Dee Dee's up here underneath of this red stitch. Dee sent me some black and gold for my gold art journal. All right, and this lace is kind of like a, well, it's white, but it's going to blend in. And I'm just going to put it on with double-sided tape. It may not stay forever, but we'll see. And I was thinking about that after I got done. I was thinking about it yesterday, but that envelope really needed some lace sewn on it. If I can't get this off. Oh, I got it off all right. Completely off. Should have done it one at a time. I might have to glue it on. I don't know if tape is gonna do the trick. There we go. Now let's do another piece. Do I get sidetracked? Yes. I was going to come out and chat, but Carol was there and it reminded me of this. So here I am playing again. There, just a bit of lace on there. And let's put 2 rows on this one. Uh-oh. It's not going to be. Is that going to be long enough? Too long, maybe. These a little shorter. This tape, once you get it on the fabric, but getting it to not pull up when you pull the release paper is a trick. Get a hold of it there. I don't mind if that pulls up. Of course, it's not going to. I don't want it quite that long. Sticking to the paper. It's stubborn. There. One more. We'll see how long this lasts me. Yeah. All right, believe it or not, there is tape on that. Let's start with this one. Let's put it up there. This one right here. There. Oh, I like that better. And now if I was stitching this, I'd probably come in with some more stitches, but these are kind of like straight stitches here, and then I put red running stitches around there, some blue stitches here, and I didn't put any down there. And then I got a little hedgy hog here. All right, and then I need to document in there, but I'm not going to do that right now. I got sidetracked. Carol, I saw Carol and it made me think of that envelope. All right, let me put this stuff away. I'll come out again. All right, let's see. What are we talking about? Alicia, Mountain Dew. That would have me bouncing off the walls. Have we had many bots in here this morning? Have you guys been... I put in the words that you guys sent me. Have we had many bots? Arlene, wow. Our temps are dropping down again and expecting snow tomorrow. Oh, dear. I think we're supposed to get cooler weather Wednesday. 1 bot. Well, that's good. So, if you see any odd words that you haven't sent me, I put in about, I think I had a list of about 6. But, you know, sometimes when I'm watching other chats, I'm going to start making, if I can catch them, sometimes I can't catch them because the mods delete them. Sometimes I see them if I'm a moderator. But if I see anything odd, I'm going to make a note of it and put it in my list. Arlene, I try to get my silhouette machine to work. Hi, Asa. Welcome, welcome. Carol, another friend sent me a pic of a Canadian aircraft carrier. It was a huge slab of ice floating in the water. Ooh. Alicia says, I just got up. I love waking up to you all. Isn't this a great group to come in and say good morning to? Let's see. I went to Dollar Tree and everything went up 25 cents. That is quite a price hike. Yeah, when you stop to think of it, from $1 to 20, that's about a 25%. That's about a 25% hike when you stop to think about it. From $1 to $1.25 is a 25% hike. It is, it is. I asked the cashier, I was there last week, and she said sometime in February things are going up, but she said not everything is going up. So in our area, I don't know what's going to happen. We'll see. I still think this tape, even at $1.25, is a bargain. I mean, I like getting it for $1, but you tell me where else you can get double-sided tape for $1 like this. You're paying $3 or $4 for something like this. So I like it. I hope they keep it. Arlene asks what everybody's working on. Crafting with Miss Kristen. Good morning. The Magical Touch. Arlene, Kimberly, Arlene, Carol, Asa says good morning. Alicia, Ann is here. Natalie, good morning, Natalie, if you're still out there. Natalie Randall. She's from Canada. Good morning, all our Canadians and Northerners and Easterners. Yeah. Arlene and Rhonda. Arlene and Mitzi. Good morning, everybody. All right, let's get busy. Whoops. Let me go down to the bottom. Let's do at least a one-page layout in here. And I'd like to use some of this that Lana sent me, but I want to use what Rosemary sent me too. So this is what Lana sent me. Just beautiful things. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Let's look and see where I'm going to work. This is one page I did. I feel like doing something to make these birds stand out more, but not right now. Maybe well, this is a little page. Maybe I'll work on these two and this flap. And let's see what Lana sent me. She sent me lots. I don't want to cover up my page entirely. Ooh, look at these fans. Ooh, wouldn't it be neat to have a fan punch? A punch that punched fans? I'd like to have a roll of these black ones. Oh, Mary's going to play. Let's cut a diagonal here. A curvy diagonal, but a diagonal. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Look, that just fits too. But you know, that should go on a darker page. Like that. And I still have my flip. Let's work on this page. And let's see, what else do we have in here? Oh, she sent that German scrap. Let me just look through this. She sent me so much. Look at these fans. Aren't these amazing? Oh. Okay. Collage. These are some of her collages. These are copies of Asian-inspired collages that I made. Let's keep those out. Some vellum. Cute. And this is yeah, stuff I can't cut yet because it's on back and front. And these, and I'm saving that for the gold quill. I'll save that out. Let's see what's in here. I might combine it with some that Rosemary sent me too. I've got 3 little flecks to work on here. She sent me some ephemeras. Oh, here we go. Here we go. We'll use a couple of those. Alrighty. Let's see what I have. I might pull I have no idea what the text says, but I might pull a text sheet out here. I might just want some text. It probably says something bad. Do you have that fear when you're watching, when you use the foreign language, you go, it probably says something bad. It looks like war. I'm going, no, dear. Here's some that doesn't look like war. Let's use that instead. All right. And I love how this photo goes. Now, I thought she did this, but she said it came that way. I love it, because it makes a nice little pocket. And I want to get things back in halfway decent, Mary. There we go. All right, let's see what I have. I wanted to use that fan. I think I'll use it over here. Should I zoom in a little now so you guys can see better? I think maybe. Let me get a little more organized here. And I might use some of her collages, and I love these pictures. Just love them. We'll see. Let me stand up and zoom in just a little so you guys can see a teeny bit better. Let's see, I need to move this over a little. And move my camera down a little. There. Okay. So, I know I want this. Now, do I want it as a pocket, which is what this reminds us of? Or do I just want it flat? And then this is ephemera. And I have the text. So what I kind of like doing is putting just a bit of text. Let's get rid of the margin. I'm only going to do one layout because I want to work in the, I want to work on my doll, and I want to work on the Mexican Ochre. The Ochre doll, and I kind of like to do some Mexican tiles. Rosemary had a Mexican tile book, but I was thinking I could probably find some online. And now what I'm thinking, of course that's, let's see if I can't tear it better over here. And let's tear it down the center here. She said use it. That's what I'm going to do. When you get something like this that you don't really, I don't have this type of ephemera in my stash. And when you get something like this, you want to hoard it. Now, I'm not going to use the entire piece. What I'm going to do is tear it right here, maybe down one. And tear it here till I get to maybe there. So let's tear, because I got to have every little bit I can save. Yeah, maybe just a little bit more. I see I went down. And I'm just kind of saving the center here, and then I'm just going to use this as kind of an edging. Maybe right about there. And then I can use this other piece on something else. Oh, Mary, you're brilliant. Oh, but it's too much. Oh, well, then what we'll do, actually, let's tear this a little closer. What we'll do is we'll take it off the bottom part. And we'll take off the bottom part. I'll tear it right here, and I'll have that for something else. And we'll have this just kind of peeking out like that. Now, where's my fan? I want that there. And this here. I want to also use some of her inspired collages, because I'll think of her. Now, I don't, sometimes I didn't see everything that Rosemary put in her journal, in her piece, but I was watching her Mexican one, and she made some tags. I couldn't make very big tags for this, but I'm thinking a tag over in here. So let's start on this page. And let me put this up here. and tape and I think glue. What'd they do? Change the icons to letters all of a sudden? Anne has a, it looks like the mods have their icons, but everybody else has a letter. Oh, Kimberly has an icon. What'd they do? That's interesting. Crazy. How did that happen? All of a sudden everything's S or an A. Oh, A for Angie, S for Mimi. Oh, it's a round circle with an S. That's interesting. Did you guys do that or did must just be Angie and Mimi. Because everybody else has their icon. You just have a letter, don't you? Okay. All right. When you guys were, you both of you just have letters and no icon. And when you guys were chatting, all I saw were orange circles with white letters. I'm going, what happened there? All right, I'm going to put double-sided tape on the edge and just a little bit of glue. This won't hold much, but it may hold a tag or something small. Let me get my glossy accent. I don't know if I want glossy accent. I think I want regular glue. Let me move that up a little. Yeah. 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 Let's try those scrappy paper here. And make sure I have it on the edge. And we'll put it right there. Now we'll let that dry a little before I put anything in it. And this, I'm going to use tape to about to the end of that. And out to there. Yeah, I'm slow with these caboodles and things. I don't work. I work at them over the, because I have so much other stuff going, but I sure do enjoy them. I enjoy them. Yeah, I'm loving that. I'm wondering if I could put this, I could put it over a little further and still have it close fine. So let's put tape here and here. I'm zoomed in so you can't see everything I'm doing. If you use a computer, I can help you get a pic, Arlene says, but I am clueless about internet on a phone. What are we talking about? I didn't know you could put a picture. I'll have to figure that one out. Default. YouTube, I think, picks up your picture from, well, when you sign on, when you create your account, your YouTube, I have a channel, so it's picking up my icon off of my channel. You know, I have the banner and then I have the little icon. It's something like Facebook, something like that. In fact, I think I set my YouTube up on the computer, on my laptop, and then I never set it up. The phone just carried it over. I mean, when I defined my channel, I defined it on my laptop. So I think you do it in your browser when you're setting up your account. So if Arlene, well, you should be able to do it on a browser. On your mobile phone, the browser is a little bit harder to use because it's so tiny. All right. And I hate to say anything anymore because things change while I'm not looking. So I could be saying one thing and, you know, I did that years ago. And it could be completely different now when I'm not looking. All right. I kind of like that. Now, what do I want to put in there? What do I have that I want to put in there? What did I pull out? I'm thinking making a little bitty tag. A little tag out of maybe the scrapbook paper. This is pretty scrapbook paper. And if I make a tag, what am I going to put on it? I just want to hoard this stuff. I want to hoard it. Stop hoarding, Mary. See, I could take something off of her collage paper. I'd like to get an image. Maybe like this. And put it on a tag. In here. Now, but I can't get too big. And I have to measure because this page is only 4 1/4, I think. Four and 3/4. 4 3/4. And she is 3. So that would be, I'm going to tear. I'm going to use her collage work. She sent it to me to use, so I'm going to use it. See, and I can also use this image. Oh, it's got the kitty too. As 4 1/4. Let's tear it here. She sent it to me to use, so I'm going to use it. let's tear it right about here. Yeah. But you know what? I'm gonna get creative with my tearing. Let's tear this. Can I tear it that way? I might have to cut that. Let's tear this. That way I can use several images out of one page. Yep. And if I make a tag though, I might have to just use the kitty and use this on the other piece. If I make a tag, because that's not gonna fit all the way in there without sticking out. All right, all right. I don't mind doing that too. She's got a kitty on top of on the lady's head. And then this one is just a little piece of ephemera. All right. So this will go good on here, but I got to keep it fairly small. Not about to there. Boy, that's pretty thick. It feels like it's more than one sheet. I'm gonna do it, yeah. And since I curved it there, I might do it this way. Yeah. All right. I'm liking that. And see, this will fit. Ooh, I might have to make it a little, no, I think it'll fit. Maybe a little smaller. It won't go to waste. I'll use it for something. Actually, I don't want to cover that up. I might put it over here, and then you can still see a pretty back on it. I think I like that better. I don't want to cover up the pretty writing in that. I'd rather cover this up. And it goes with that yellow, the cat's neck. And that could fit in there. Yeah, I like that. Okay. Arlene says, once you're in YouTube, click on home. Then go over to the right and click. Arlene is showing Mimi how to put in a picture on her icon. Thank you, Arlene, for taking the time to do that. Oh, that's cool. Thank you, Arlene. Hi, Gigi. Welcome, Gigi. Welcome, welcome. Hi, Carlana. Welcome, welcome, welcome. She says, I hope you are all well and staying healthy. Welcome, Carliana. Alicia Mott is here. Anne is here. Carol is here. Did I miss anybody? Jacqueline's here. The default is a letter when you don't select a picture. Yeah, and what threw me was Angie and Mimi were talking. I'm calling you Mimi. And they both had their letter icons, and I'm going, all I see are letter icons. What did YouTube do? And then I started noticing the mods, and they all had their picture, and I'm going, well, I guess the mods have their picture. I thought YouTube was going on the blink again. I am liking this. I like the kitty on top of her head. It needs a word, though. It needs a word. Maybe I can find a good word. Even if it's not, even if it's in English. Because I don't know what the Chinese, or I could put a symbol maybe. I'll get one of those symbols out. You know, I feel like stitching on this. I feel like stitching on it. Forget the word. Let's do some stitches on it. Nothing says I have to. I'll do that later. I'll just put it in here now. Let's go get the other pages done. So we got a flip page. And you know, this little one would go good over here. And I get selfish with the ephemera. I get selfish with the ephemera. There. And I got it to use it. And, you know, it's so hard for me to dig into this stuff. Let's see what Rosemary sent me. I was hoarding her stuff, too. Let's mix it up a little. We'll just put this right on top. Oh, I could use some stickers. I could use some rub-ons if they rub on. And I have some floral here that's just black and white. That would work. Arlene's fabric. I've made a couple pages. I'm back. I have to set my laptop again here. It's always when I'm preoccupied that it does that. It always does that when I'm looking through stuff and I'm concentrating on something else. Then it decides it wants to disconnect. Welcome back. Welcome back. I was looking through for, I found this. I'm going to make a dangle out of it. It's a two-sided affair here. I'm going to punch a hole in it and let it dangle someplace on one of these pages. I got these butterflies. I think those will go on there. This is a flip page here. I also have some stickers. I got this as a tag. I made a little tag over here. I'm going to stitch on this. but I'm going to put it in there for right now. I'm just going to, excuse me, slip it in there for right now. Hi, Riri. Hi, Trish. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. Thank you for sticking with me. Let me zoom in just a teeny bit more. It looks so small on my screen. I don't know what you guys are seeing. Yeah, that's a little better. Let me have a sip of tea. I have made my tea and I haven't even taken a sip of it yet. This is tea. I think I got it from Mary too. Not sure who I got the tea from. It sure tastes good. It's black tea with cardamom and I forget something else in there. I taste the cardamom. Nashwa's here, Trisha's here, Arlene is here, Kimberly's here. Good morning, everybody. Thanks for sticking with me. All right, let's not cut it, let's tear them. I feel like tearing this morning. Yeah, let's just tear the world up here. How far over? Maybe to this. Well, let's tear the whole strip. I'm only going to do this one layout. Oops, that butterfly's getting the worst of it. Sorry, butterfly. All right, we're going to put this here. And this is small enough, but I need a little, maybe a little black above it. Maybe a little black edge above it. A roughy edge, maybe below it too. Over to here, I guess. Whoops. Oh, let's just tear it there. Something like that here, and the butterflies there, and yeah. Now I need something in there. Maybe this flower. I kind of like that. I kind of like that. Now this page is small though. So let me very carefully narrow this down a little more. Y'all, did I hear Mary say you can use Murphy's oil soap to clean stencils? Yes, you did. That's a while back. Yes, you did. But do not use Murphy's oil soap to clean your fine liner nozzles. It'll melt the glue in them, or that was my experience. I had it ruin a couple of my fine liners, and I never used it to clean my fine liners again. And be careful, don't use a paper stencil in water. Arlene gifted me a stencil and I didn't realize it was paper. I thought it was a plastic one. And in it went with the rest of my stencils. And out it came in pieces. I still have a piece of it, a pretty good piece of it though. I was able to rescue a piece of it. That was not my, Murphy's oil soap is something that's commonly used. That was not my, I mean, that was just, I was following whoever used it. I think Gina Aarons got me started using it when I was following Gina. All right, I think I'm liking it like this. And I'm just gonna tack it in. I feel like I need something, oh, I need some of this. I need some of this. Let's just pull out a piece. I need some. Uh-oh. I need to cut it here. All right, let's put this. See, I get all this stuff out. And then it goes up here on top of my pile there. All right, I need some of this. That's down below. What happened to the other piece? Did I put it up? Where did I put it? Well, I got this one. This is for the behind. I must have. Let's get another wide one out. And I just yank on this stuff. I don't know if I'd completely mess this up, but if I pull on it, it seems to pull out. All right. So what I'm going to do is let's set this up above. Let's work on this little piece right here. And what I want to do is put some of this behind it. Like that. Only a couple pieces. So let's cut a couple, maybe 3. 3 is a good number. Like that. And let's put some tape down. But I don't want tape clear across. Stuff happens. Yes, it does. Thank you, Arlene. Trying to make out what that says. Okie dokie. See how much easier this comes off when it's on paper than when it's on fabric? All right, now I'm just going to take these 3 and put on in the background. Yes, 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 like so. And then I'm going to tape this over it. I use it whenever I clean my stencils. The Murphy's Oil soap, but I don't clean my stencils a whole lot. I use my stencils over and over and over until they get so bad that I have to clean them. And generally, if they're really bad, you have to let them soak a while. Some of them you can just let soak overnight, and it gets it off pretty good. You kind of have to carefully peel off some of that paint, you know, just carefully rub it off. You don't, on detailed stencils, it's a little bit harder because you don't want to ruin the stencil. And they, you know, some of those stencils are pretty, you know, they're so detailed that you can tear your stencil, but if you're careful, it generally works. And I do not get my stencils spick and span clean. I get them clean enough to reuse. But when they get so bad that they interfere with the markings on the stencil, that's when it's time to clean them. So I'll move this over a little bit more. Right there. That's my opinion. For what it's worth, that's my opinion. I'm going to move this over so that these will not interfere with that page shutting. And let's put it on with double-sided tape. Yeah, I think I first heard of Murphy's Oil soap from Gina Ahrens. I think. It's been a while. It was either Gina Ahrens or Shannon Green. But I think I learned more about Daddy Van's Daddy Van put on the keep the pages sticking. Daddy Van's is a wax paste. I learned that from Shannon Green when I first started watching her. Oh, I'm loving this. Now this, oh, it's too big now. I had to move it over. Let's kind of tear around the flower. Oh, that fits. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Now, do I want some of this with it? With this? You know, I'd like to, and I think I could probably poke holes and thread this in and out and in and out. It may not show so good on that, but on something like this, it might show. I think I could thread this through my needle. Oh, let's play. Let's play with this piece and this. Where's Penelope? I need a needle, Penelope. You're always needing one of my needles. Yeah, she said you're going to take the thread out of that one too, aren't you? It's a nice long thread. I'll rethread it after I'm done. Maybe. This is that Ochre. I think I got this from Rosemary in this Kaboodle kit. I think she sent this to do the binding. Let's see if I can stitch with this. I don't know. We're going to try it. Just simple stitches. Running stitch. Maybe some sashiko stitches. One more? Can I do one more? Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm loving it. Now I'm going to just let that hang. And I'm going to go down in. Come on, turn. I don't want it to tear my paper. Get in there. You're almost there. There. Where's my needle? Now let's go down maybe about an inch. Have to do it carefully because you don't want to rip your paper. Uh-oh. It's going to rip the paper. I'm trying to do too much. Whoops. Now, gently, Mary, gently. And I'm going to try to do one more row. I ripped the paper a little there, but I think it'll be okay if I tape it down. Tape the paper down to my scrapbook, to my Kaboodle. I'm going to try to go back. And I might have to do the poke method here, because I'm getting too much. Too little thread, too little. I'm getting at the end of my thread. I like that. Let's snip this one off a little. And snip this one off a little. And maybe that will go over here. I like it. And I was going to put this down here. Where are my snips? My needle. Once I snip it, it's gone. I think I'll just put that right there and leave it. I think I'm happy with it. Hi, Becky. She forgot today was trash day, so she had to run everything out to the curb. Brr, it's frosty out there, she says. Tomorrow's our trash day. Brr, I don't blame you for shivering. It's supposed to be warm today, but tomorrow it's supposed to get colder. And I don't know what the rest of the week is going to be like. All right, we're going to put this right in. Did I have it this way? Underneath of those. There. I think I'm happy with that. Now, but I wanted to do some stitching on that, but I think I'll come back to it yet. And let's flip and let's just do something real simple here. Let's put this down and maybe some of those rub-ons. These are rub-on transfers. And I don't know if they'll stick onto my paint. So I think I'll put them on the paper before well, we'll see. Let's put this down. I guess I'm going to leave it like that. That's a little iffy to me, but... All right, hold on. Let's put tape on the back. Yeah, I like that. And sometimes those rub-on transfers get old and they don't rub on. And we'll see how they work. These shouldn't be that old. All right, let's put this right. Let's put it right there. I like that. So that's the flip page. Let's try. Should I try that robin? I could try, whoops, I could try this robin. Let's put that pin back in here. It wasn't that one, it was this one, I think. Let's try that robin. He's right down at the bottom. I think I tried this before and they didn't work. But we'll try it again and see. It might have been what I was trying to rub it on. And of course, let's try this. Yeah. Might work. It might be coming. Remember, this is not a flat surface that I'm using. There he is. There's the birdie. I like that. Let's try I could try a heart, but I'd rather try a flower. Daffodils aren't going to show up much. Let's try a rose. Yeah, stuck to the... I hate it when this happens. Cut that goo off. I think it was Janice who said she just cuts it off. I'm going to do that. It's just sticking to my rub-on. Cut it off. The other side is sticking too. I generally don't mind, but when you got rub-ons, of course the rub-on's on the bottom side, but all right, let's do a rose, see how it transfers. Dollar Tree. Dollar Tree. That's where I got this. Come on, get in there. Oh, I guess I'm going to put it right there. Let's move that. Oh, I can't move it. Let's move it down a little. that worked. All right, let's get rid of all the scraps. They accumulate. My needle, tape. Scrappy, scrappy, scrappies. All right. I'm happy with that. I don't know if I may not want any more on here, or I might put this negative of the butterfly, maybe right up in there. Right there, down a little, right there. Let's put him on there somewhere. Let's tear this a little more. There. It needs a butterfly or something on there. It needs something else. But I don't want to cover up the stitchy. We might do more of that with that raffia. There. I'm happy with that. All right, on this page, I want to do this lady and child. Isn't that cool? Isn't that a cool image? So, let's see what I got. What did I pull? I pulled more black. I got more butterflies. Let's tear those out. I might have to punch some dragonflies. Not today. But I like using the negatives. All right. I'm going to keep the rubbins out. Let's see what else I have here. I have a Rosemary's packet I haven't looked at yet. Let's see what's in Rosemary's packet that I can use. Oh, oh, he scared me. Front door. Front door. Let's tear this one off. He's getting the paper. Brr, I feel the cold. Do I want it under there or do I want it over there? Maybe I just want it halfway. Let's tear it here. And put that there. And let's do the same thing that I did here, over here. Oh, I used it. Well, I could do a portion of it. Like that, and then some could come over there with whatever. Let's see what else I have here. What did Rose? Oh, there's a butterfly, a punch. Oh, and I think I found one on the floor this morning too. I picked it up and where did I put it? right here. Found one on the floor this morning. Butterflies are flying away. And what did Rosemary send? I want you to see. I want you to see. All right. Origami. What time is it? 7:09. I can go until, today is Tuesday. Oh, look at that. Oh, this maybe. And then it needs that charm, that dangle charm. I have another one in here. One of these. I should make some more of these. It's got a dragonfly on it. Let's put everything else back. I think I'm there. Careful, Mary, be careful. All right. This one, I think I'll use this one. Put that one back. It'll dangle. So let's start with this. What happened to the other butterfly? He was here. Well, there he is. Let's put this down first. This is the last page. I'm just doing this page layout here from, well, I'm going to stitch on this yet. I have time. I want to work on my doll this morning. My Oaxaca doll. And I want to see if I can't do some Mexican tiles in my journal. Rosemary had a book of Mexican tiles, and I thought I would look up and see if I could find some Mexican tiles. Hi, Elise. Hi, Deborah, River City Creative. Thank you, Arlene. Hi. Did I see Kathy Berg? Oh, you just gave Kathy Berg's channel. Kathy comes on after me at 9 o'clock Central, 10 Eastern. Becky said, I'd add a little piece of that red strip. Oh, that's a good idea. That's a good idea, Becky. I'll do that. That red, I'll have to get some. That's a good idea. I like that. Maybe I'll do, well, I don't know if I can dangle my charm. I could dangle the charm off of this. Let's put this next. I'm just going to put it on the corner. So about to that flower and this flower. That flower and this flower. That flower and this flower. There. And there. It's a shame to cover some of this stuff up. But you gotta make your choices. All right. So about like, I want some more of the print to show. About like that. Oh, let's see if I can, well, let's leave it. Tear a little bit of that off. Yeah, that'll work. Tear a little of this off. Right there. And my page is going to be okay. I got a little fabric showing there, but I'm going to leave that. So let's get some of that red out that Becky said she'd add a little of that. Let's grab this. I think she was talking about this. I'm not totally sure. And let's cut it here. I'll probably find bits of this on the floor after I'm done. It seems to float away on me. Yeah. All right, let's go back to, let's see. We want this and this and this. Now, where are we going to put this? This is a dangle. Or I could just glue it down, take one of these flowers off. I meant it as a dangle, though. Let's punch that right there. The little punch. The little punch. Right where? Right. There. And maybe this thinner, and let's put it through the needle again. This is pretty strong. This is not paper. This is oak. This is strong stuff. This one's a little bit wider. Let's use that. And I'm not sure where I'm going with this, but we're going to find out. Let's thread it through this way. And let's tie it. Oh, I'll take it off the needle. I'm getting too much. I want it. Come on. What's keeping you? There. And let's see if I can't make another knot. Now, I think instead of trying to tape this paper on there, I think I'll glue it. I think the tape actually does not stick well to the fabric. I'm just going to put a couple of dots of glue. Swish it out a little. Yeah. Yeah, about like that. Oops, maybe over a little. Over just a teeny bit. And I want my dangle to show up against that paper. And I want it to come through here. So I don't know if that will go through the fabric. I'm going to try it without punching a hole. I doubt it. I'm really doubting it because it's pretty thick. It went through the paper okay, but I don't know if those threads will separate enough. Whoops. And I split it. If I can get it both in there. Let's trim that off. Oh, this needle's not that sharp. Let's punch a hole. Let's punch a hole. I really should put a backing on this. What's this? That's double-sided tape and fabric. And I have some that's not fabric. Oh, let me look over here. I was working with it the other day. Yeah, that's more fabric. And I had a piece that was just, probably knocked it off on the floor. You never find it when you want it. Let's use the one that's fabric. Let's use this one. I can't see it. Oh, I should have put it on this side. Oh well. I like them both. That just strengthened the back. So now I'm going to punch a hole in it. I think. Right about there. And where's my dangle? Now take it off the needle and see if I can't tie some sort of a knot. Come on, you're almost there. A gentle knot. And it needs to tangle down, not up. Like that. And I can actually, let's tie that one more time. That's kind of hard to do. Yeah. Needs to come down a little. I kind of like that. And this I can split. Can I split it again? I think so. Well, not very good though. Maybe this one. There's my needle. And then let's trim it a little. Heck. Double-sided tape. All right. We're going to put that there. We're going to put this here. That's double-sided tape. I'm liking it. And this is rayon thread. I'm going to try, well, no, I think I wanted to do a dark blue there. Let's put it down. Let's put this down. I think I'm going to use glossy accent again. I don't trust the double-sided tape to hold that fabric on something like this. So I'm going to use my glossy accent. It might hold it for a while, but I think it'll kind of dry out. I don't know for sure. And I just trust the glossy accent more. I'm just going to put a little bead. And I'm going to put it right in here. Right, like that. And I wanted the dragonfly to show. Dragonfly. And I got two little butterflies I'm going to put on, but let's put this one on first. And I can put this on with, I trust the double-sided tape with paper. I don't necessarily trust the The only thing I really trust with fabric is that really good double-sided carpet tape. And the last time I bought carpet tape, it was vinyl tape. I swear it was. I think they mixed up their packaging. Okay, let's put this right about there. I'm loving it. All right, now the only thing I want to do is put these butterflies maybe up here and right there. Yeah, we're just gonna put a dab of, ooh, a dab will do ya. Let's put there, and right there. And I think I'm going to call it done. I think I'm happy. And I'm not going to do anything with this because I want the stitching to show. And I think the printing is just right because we got so much other going over here. This kind of balances it out. Penelope, you can have your needle back. Okie dokie. So let's save some and throw some. I'm happy. I want to work on my Oaxaca doll. And I'll come out and chat here in a minute. Well, let's put all this, ouch, ow. Let's see. I'm gonna mix, well, no, I shouldn't mix. This came from Lana. This is mine. And this came from Lana. These came from Rosemary. That came from Lana. Let me put, Rosemary sent me some collage too. I'm going to use it all. I have plenty of pages. I'm going to put that there. That's just, and this is mine, but I'm going to put it in with this because it's handy. Where is the folder? Right here. Lana, thank you so much. I have more than enough. And Rosemary. And these are some fussy cuts I did. I'm just going to stick them in here. I should put them in this folder. Okay. Scissors. Ruler. Fabric. Brads. Pliers. Pins. More brads. Gold. All right. Oh, embroidery floss. That's going to go in the folder. I didn't get this done, but I'll do that another time. I want to stitch. I want to just do a blue running stitch around here. It's okay now, the way it is. So this is what I did this morning on it. Let me put it over here out of my way. Let me stand up. So there's this one. And I took this off of the collage that Lana sent me. And I got a lot more. I love the little kitty on her head. And then she sent me some of this fan paper, so I made a little pocket. And yeah. And this was actually at the bottom of this, but I found out that was too long, so I put it over here. I think I got this from Shelley. This is just black punched out paper. I love this. I did that running sashiko stitch, very rough style, on a piece of printed paper and rub-ons of a rose and a bird and negative of a butterfly. And here's another one of those. Mary's creation here, where she taught us how to do this. Come on. Kind of stuck because of my painting, but it folds out this way. Isn't that fun? And I don't know, I'll have to check and see if she did anything on hers. I could see doing some stuff in there. But for right now, it's just painted. And there's two of those. I guess that's the second one. I don't know where the other one is. Toward the front. I think this is the second one that I made. A la Rosemary. She taught us how to do it. It's another page there. I love this. And then I've got another one with a gentleman. Where did I do that? Isn't that fun? So I am getting pages done in here. It's fun. I'm not much of an Asian person, so it's been fun to do this because it's taken me outside of what I normally do. Okay, let's work on the doll. Let me come out and chat first, though. Let me get my doll out. I'm going to repaint this up. Hold it. I gotta fix my browser over here. I can't chat if I can't see you. It's spinning. This eye is too big. This eye is much bigger than that eye. So I painted this on with just craft paint. I think I'll varnish it, but I'm also going to stuff it today. So let's get at it, but I'm just going to set it out here while I chat with you. Put my glue away. Woo! Thank you guys for sticking with me. I was watching Rosemary do her doll. I don't know if she's going to do one live or not. I think she hinted at she was going to do one live in the she did a video. When you buy the kit, this pattern all comes from Rosemary, and there's more to this than just this. This is what I'm working with right now. Now she sent the pattern and hair and fabric for the dress and everything. But when she was showing how, she also showed us how to do this in videos. So I don't know if I asked her if I could do mine online, and she said yes. And then I thought she hinted in one of her videos that she might do one online for you guys. I don't know. I hate to say either way. All right, let me come out and chat. Arlene says she's holding. Friends YouTube channel. Thank you, Arlene. Jacqueline says, Mary, the base of the book, how did you make the pages? They seem so smooth. My painting pages keep coming out sticky. Well, what these pages are, I have to be honest with you, Jacqueline, a lot of these pages were painted papers that were sent to me that I had them in a box like this. I had them in a box. Most of them were painted papers that I had. Some of them came from Shannon Green, some came from Gina Ahrens, some came from just Happy Mail. And I cut them to size. I think I have a video way back of when I did that. And then I did some stenciling on them. Like I put this stencil on it myself, this. And not all mine are, some of mine stick. See, I did the stenciling there. This was just some ephemera I had. I think this was a painted paper that was sent to me because I don't have anything like that. And what I did after I got them all sized and everything, before I put them into signatures, I took a gold wash, and it was just this elegant, let me reach for it, and it's a glossy wash, but I wet it, it's a glossy paint, but I watered it down. I mean, I made a wash out of it. It was really watery. This is thick like paint. This is a paint. But think juice, you know. And as a result of that, they don't stick. I think a lot of your stickiness of glossy paper, when you use glossy paper, is the glue and the acrylic. It's an acrylic base. And the metallic stuff, I think I watered it down so much that it doesn't stick. That's the only thing I can think of, because I didn't plan it that way. This is my stenciling here. I love this stencil. I love how it swishes and swirls. But that's the only thing I can tell you. Like this, I think came from, I'm not sure who that came from. I can tell you it reminds me of Cindy Utter. I think I got some painted papers from Cindy Utter when I was hanging out with Cindy and Gina. I will say with Cindy, she has a wonderful, wonderful sense of color. And her colors are very vibrant. Now this is a little bit more black, gold, and green, and some gold background. But so the pages themselves, a lot of them were just Happy Mail that was sent to me, and some that I purchased from people. So that's about all I can tell you. And these, the same thing. This I did myself. This was not Happy Mail. This was that regular 11x7 copy paper. But I did find that it was, especially on the first one. Is this the first one? Yeah, it is. I found that when I used regular copy paper, it got so thin. I don't know if that's the first one or this one. And I had to, on the folds here, I had to, and I think on the inside, I can't tell if it's on this one or the other one, I had to put washi across the edges. And you can see they're getting pretty worn here. I might have to still put washi in there because of all the folding in and out of it. I can't see if this is the one. Yeah, this is the one. I put washi tape on the back of this. And that strengthened the folds. But as far as the wash and everything, it's just craft paint. It's matte craft paint on this. In fact, I think this was a wipe off. My first one was a wipe off when I was doing my gel printing. And then I put that gold wash on it. But I did find, since it was copy paper, and I think I went to a stronger paper on this other one. Let's find the other one. I went to a stronger paper. I guess I put it in the front. This is my second one over here. And I actually used, I have a, I think this is a black paper. No, I painted it black. I don't remember what I used, but it's stronger. This is not copy paper. This is not that. I got some black, I think this is paper that Rosemary sent. Rosemary sent some paper, and I think I used her paper on this one. And I can't tell you what kind of paper it is, but I will tell you, if you use copy paper, be sure to strengthen it, because the first one wasn't. If you look at my videos, you'll see me struggling with that first one. All right. Let me go back down to the bottom again. Rosemary's channel, thank you. The gold really ties it all together. Yeah. Well, if you do use a metallic, now you'll find when I water that metallic paint down, I can kind of see it. It kind of separates from the metallic paint a little. If you stir it up, it's okay. But as you put water in that metallic, you can kind of see it. You can kind of see it separating. But I just stir it all up, but I make it really, really thin. And I honestly think I get it so thin that the stickiness dissolves or goes away. But you might have to test that, because that's the only thing I can think of. It is on a matte paint, though. I did paint those pages with, well, mine I painted with craft paint. The painted papers that were sent to me, I don't know, you know, only God knows what they used. God and them. I mean, some probably use, like Shannon Green uses a lot of watercolor and craft paint. I tend to think Gina and Cindy might have used more acrylic base, but I didn't have a problem with it. And then I got papers from different people in Happy Mail, and I just put them all in a box, and the box has been sitting in there. And I said, I need to use it. And I still have papers in the box. I mean, and I have papers that I think I planned for 6 signatures, and then or was it more than 6? I can't remember. I planned for a whole bunch of signatures, and then I cut it down. I slendered it down, and I have papers that I had planned in my stash here someplace that I didn't use. Let's see. You are making me drool through this book. Oh, thank you, Jacqueline. Well, you know, you can credit Rosemary. She and Dee Dee inspire me so much. Not that nobody else does, but for right now, it's Rosemary and her Kaboodles. I tell you, I'm stuck on them. And Dee Dee Willingham, she always inspires me. She's more my Society of Idea Collector person. And her drawing and her collages inspire me. Hi, Angie. She says she's still here. Let me go up. Delightful Designs by Denise. Hi, Denise. Aw, thank you. You're mostly playback. Oh, I don't know about being the creative genius. I pick up a lot from people online. You know, I mean, I've always been artistic, but you know, there's just an art community out there like Dee Dee and Rosemary and Becky. Becky, she's been teaching us crochet stitches. I'm doing her crochet along. And there's Tanya, who does zines, and Lisa, and you know, we're just a community out there. We kind of get inspired by each other. Thank you, Arlene. Let me go up a little here. Roy's here. Hi, Roy. He says, I posted 2 pics on Fibbsville Facebook group. Oh, from the afternoon parties I managed. Oh, you're home, Roy. I hope you had a very good vacation. I saw one of your posts where you were just showing the water. And it looked very calm. Becky said, Violet is going live with Fran Baker January 18th. That is today at 2 p.m. UK.